What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and we are back again with a Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Wi-Fi battle video. If you guys do enjoy the Wi-Fi battle content and want to support the channel, the best way to show your support towards the Wi-Fi battle content is to leave a like on the video. Watch until the end of the video, because it really does help the channel and community grow. And I do have a Discord community as well if that interests you. A link will be in the description. You can talk about Pokemon, hang out, maybe even battle me or other people, and just have a fun time. Now, I do have a question of the day for y'all, and I'd really appreciate if you comment on the question of the day to help with the YouTube algorithm. What is your favorite not fully evolved Pokemon? Now, this can be based off of like a competitive standpoint or a design standpoint or even both. Let me know in the comments if you love letting into our cat before they evolve into the ugly furry bait wrestler, or if you love Machoke.
Don't touch me there.
My favorite not fully evolved Pokemon has got to be Clamperl, and as you can tell from the title and thumbnail of today's video, that is the Pokemon we're featuring. Now, the reason why I love Clamperl so much is because when I was a wee little lad playing Gen 3, used Dive and went underwater for the first time, I encountered Clamperl and I'm like, oh my gosh, this thing's so pretty. Like, it's basically Cloyster for the gays.
Can you not be gay for 5 minutes?
Unfortunately, little kid me didn't realize that Clamperl had evolutions. I didn't realize it had signature items that it needed to hold, and you had to trade them to even evolve. With those signature items to evolve, it also uses them to double its stats prior to evolution. The Deep Sea Scale doubles special defense, and unfortunately that's not too useful on a frail Pokemon like Clamperl. The Deep Sea Tooth, which doubles special attack, and Clamperl's special attack stat is not even too bad. The issue with Clamperl is that it's far too slow even after a Shell Smash, and that's if you can even get a Shell Smash. You can't really run a Focus Sash to secure a Shell Smash because you need your Deep Sea Tooth item. For these reasons, it's really difficult for Clamperl to reach its full potential. However, in double battles, I believe Clamperl has a ton of potential. So I basically spent the past week or so theory crafting, breeding, and training up this team, all to enable Clamperl to put in the work. My first opponent today has a pretty cool team. They have Arcanine and then legendaries like Latios and Raikou, and then a pseudo-legendary in Tyranitar. A pretty unfair matchup for the opponent anyway, because these Pokemon are nothing compared to the god that is Clamperl. So let's just get into this battle. I'm really excited to show you guys this Clamperl team because it is really fun to use. So my opponent's going to lead off with the Arcanine and Tyranitar, as I decided to lead off with my Palkia and Wolfpack, my Clamperl and Lucario. So my opponent actually carries Intimidate on the Arcanine, and thanks to Clamperl's hidden ability, we actually get a speed boost with the Rattled, and her focus ability is immune to Intimidate. Both of these interactions were added in Generation 8 to give Intimidate more counterplay, which is much appreciated because Intimidate is one of the best abilities in the game. My opponent is very scared and is going to go for Protect because a lot of people will be scared with the Follow Me from Lucario, as the Tyranitar Protect's so scared of Clamperl and Lucario. My opponent's going to go for a Flare Blitz into Lucario as we were able to live with our Focus Sash at 1 HP, and now Clamperl is just free to go for the Shell Smash. And this is kind of why I use Clamperl in doubles, because it needs redirection support to even have a chance to go for Shell Smash, because Clamperl is way too frail to successfully go for Shell Smash safely in singles, but with redirection support, anything is possible in VGC. So now my opponent is pretty much outsped by Clamperl thanks to Rattle. I'm pretty sure even if my opponent carries Latios or Raikou in the back, thanks to the Shell Smash speed boost and Rattled speed boost, Clamperl will be outspeeding both those Pokemon. But I decided to switch into my Caseytron here, my Gardevoir, because I'm going to go for Surf, and I don't want to Friendly Fire and knock out my own Lucario. Now, the reasoning why I carry Surf over Muddy Water, Clamperl does get Muddy Water in this game. However, testing this strat out in Battle Tower, I kept missing Muddy Water, and that gives me trust issues. So instead, I'm running Surf, and I have Telepathy Gardevoir to avoid the Friendly Fire. So Surf's going to claim its first two victims. Down goes T-Tar and Arcanine, and we're looking pretty good right now. But then my opponent brings out the Scizor, who can annihilate poor Caseytron, and my opponent's going to bring out their Breloom as well, who have both high priority moves to annihilate the field. My opponent was too busy shiny hunting. They forgot that Caseytron is an ally to the gays. We have the win button. And Mach Punch gonna hit Gardevoir as opposed to the Clamperl, and Bullet Punch gonna hit the Clamperl as opposed to the Gardevoir, and Mach Punch would have definitely knocked out my Clamperl just judging by that Bullet Punch damage. Now Surf is gonna hit both the Scizor and the Breloom, one-shotting Scizor and bringing Breloom down to its Focus Sash. Regardless of the resistance, Clamperl just hits way too hard, and Scizor's gonna go down to the Surf, And now my opponent's own sand is going to, chip down both Palkia and Caseytron, but it's going to finish off my opponent's own Pokemon, and that must feel so bad. So the Breloom is going to go down to the sand, and the opponent was so embarrassed from this loss that they actually rage quit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Some of y'all are going to say, not a rage quit, but they turned off their game. They just couldn't wait 5 seconds to get out of the game. No, they were mad and they rage quit, okay? And that's just it on that. Now before I get into the next battle, some of you guys are probably curious on how I'm finding these games in BDSP, and the way I'm doing that, I'm using the link code 2021-2022. This is what the VGC community is using at the moment to find games. So if you guys do want to find double battles, just hop on this link code, and then search for a game, or you might run into someone who's already searching, and then eventually you will find a game. That is how I found all the opponents in today's video, and if you are interested in double battling and want to find other double battlers as well, make sure to try out the link code 2021-2022, and you might actually find me on there. I've been on there a decent amount lately, so make sure to try out that code in game, and yeah. My next opponent has a pretty cool team. They have Scizor once again. We see Scizor popping up, and they have Raikou. And they also have Abomasnow, and I really like Abomasnow in the double battling format because it's a very good anti-meta Pokemon. It gets Aurora Veil in this game, and it's very good against, popular Pokemon like Togekiss and Garchomp. So I'm a big fan of Abomasnow, as you can see it on my team as well. But yeah, let's just get into this battle against Tom, who decides to lead off with their Hitmontop and their Scizor, both shiny of course, because VGC players are really good at shiny hunting. I decide to lead off with my Lucario and my Clamperl, as my opponent's going to Intimidate, and we're going to counterplay Intimidate once again with Inner Focus and the Rattle ability, giving Clamperl a speed boost, which will actually come into play later on in the battle, as my opponent's going to swap out of the Scizor turn 1, which kind of surprised me, as they're going to bring out their Raikou. I thought the opponent would click Fake Out and then click Sword Stance or U-turn with their Scizor, but instead, they just bring in their Raikou as I go for the Quick Guard on my Lucario to bait out and just protect myself from a Fake Out, as they do decide to go for a Fake Out, surprisingly. Usually when you click Fake Out, you want to attack with the other Pokemon to take advantage of the free turn, but my opponent took the opportunity to reposition, which I guess works as well, but it gives my Clamperl a free Shell Smash, and Lucario gets to retain its Focus Sash so it can redirect multiple attacks, so I'm in a phenomenal position right now, as I'm actually going to decide to switch out of my Lucario and bring out my Godspeed, my Jolteon. And this Jolteon set is really heat. I think a lot of you guys are going to love this Jolteon strat, but I'm going to protect right here because I wanted to give myself a free turn to bring in Jolteon, as my opponent decides to go for a Calm Mind with the Raikou, which honestly amazed me because Clamperl at +2 special attack can one-shot like almost everything, so the fact that Raikou just thought they could Calm Mind instead of trying to knock out Clamperl honestly amazed me. But here the opponent's going to close combat into the Lucario slot, as thankfully Jolteon is able to survive. And now we're going to get our Flame Orb activated. So now we can go for a Rain Dance and outspeed the Clamperl. And here's where this Rattle boost actually comes into play, because at +2 speed, Clamperl isn't fast enough to outspeed Raikou, but with the additional Rattle speed boost I got from the Intimidate, I'm actually able to outspeed Raikou and knock out everything on the field with the Stab, Rain boosted, +2 Deep Sea Tooth boosted Surf, and that's just going to obliterate everything on the field. So Clamperl once again going on a killing spree. So now I'm going to send in Lucario, as my opponent's going to send out their Scizor, and then they're going to reveal their last, which is going to be the Gyarados. So they're going to send out Gyarados, which of course is shiny because we love to waste as much time as possible with mono shiny teams. Very, very fun. They're going to Intimidate, as once again Inner Focus and Rattle are going to make Intimidate look like a balanced ability and not broken at all. It is really nice that Sword and Shield, they gave us more counterplay to Intimidate. Well, you can talk as much trash as you want about the game, as now Surf is going to just kill everything on the field besides the Gyarados. You might be thinking, oh no, Clamperl's gonna go down, but Lucario actually carries the reversal, so I can take advantage of Friendly Fire, bringing me down to my Focus Sash, and I can reversal and finish off the Gyarados, and we're able to defeat our opponent thanks to Clamperl once again, and then Lucario supporting Clamperl with the Quick Guard. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that battle, and let's move on to the next battle. My next opponent today has a pretty standard team. They have Breloom, Scizor, Rotom Heat, Garchomp, Togekiss, and Cresselia. So they pretty much have like the most used Pokemon in the format, and then like a Rotom Heat and Breloom. I'm not complaining. I'll take this over Zacian or Calyrex any day of the week. But yeah, let's just get into this battle against Leon, who decides to lead off with their Togekiss and Garchomp, a fairly common lead in the BDSP VGC metagame, which is why I really love Scarf or Abomasnow, because you can just snipe both of these Pokemon with a Blizzard. But I'm going to lead off on my Parasect and actually go for Wide Guard because I am anticipating some spread attacks to come out as my opponent actually goes for Rock Slide with the Garchomp, so I'm very thankful I'm able to protect myself from that. And the Togekiss actually decides to go for a Dazzling Gleam as well, so Clamperl would have definitely went down to that combination attack, but Wide Guard is able to protect the Clamperl, as now we're able to go for a Shell Smash, and now Clamperl is just ready to pop off. After a Shell Smash, there's basically nothing that wants to take an attack from Clamperl. Even if they resist it, Clamperl is just so powerful, as we've seen already. But now I'm going to decide to go for a Rage Powder with my Parasect because Parasect has Wide Guard and Rage Powder just to protect the Clamperl, and the opponent doesn't want to go for spread attacks after seeing Wide Guard, so they go for a Dragon Claw. And Garchomp actually outspeeds my Clamperl regardless of the Shell Smash because Clamperl is just that slow, but thankfully Clamperl hits a blind Blizzard because it just doesn't care if Hail's not up. I do have a Abomasnow on my team, but Clamperl just doesn't care, and they just don't miss a Blizzard and just get a double knockout. But now in comes the Cresselia, which of course is shiny, and my opponent's going to bring out their last, which is Scizor, which, it's not shiny? Oh my god, I think they misgen their Scizor there. I can't believe it's not Booger Scizor. I love that for them. So my opponent's going to Ice Beam into my Parasect as I protect Clamperl because I anticipated a Bullet Punch, but instead my opponent goes for Swords Dance, which is totally fair. I thought at this point that Bullet Punch would knock out Clamperl just because like Clamperl's so frail, but you know, I'm able to go for Spore into Scizor just to be safe, and we're going to put Scizor right to sleep. And I'm really hoping it's not Lumberry Scizor, as thankfully it's not Lumberry Scizor, but I'm actually Custap Berry on my Parasect, and my opponent tries to go for a Bullet Punch to knock me out, but no, Custap Berry Spore is going to allow us to move before the Cresselia, and Cresselia is going to go right to sleep, as now I'm going to go for another Shell Smash because I knew the Custap Berry would proc and put Cresselia to sleep so they couldn't knock out Clamperl, so I go for a second Shell Smash because I'm a greedy little bitch. And now Clamperl has +4 special attack, which is absolutely insane. Cresselia is gonna, stay snoozing away, and now I'm just gonna go for a Rage Powder on the off chance something wants to wake up, but I sincerely doubt anything is gonna survive a +4 Stab, Deep Sea, Tooth Boosted Surf from Clamperl. Besides Parasect, who has Dry Skin to take advantage of the Surf, which is extra synergy with this Parasect Clamperl combo. So Surf is gonna knock out the Scizor, as Cresselia actually lives a +4. All of these boosts doesn't matter. Cresselia is just a defensive god. As Cresselia wakes up, goes for his Psychic, but thankfully we did click Rage Powder, and Parasect is a god and lives the Psychic because Cresselia, for all that defense, the trade-off is that it doesn't have much offensive pressure unless it goes for a Calm Mind, so now we can just go for a Surf to finish off the Cresselia and, just give my Parasect a little bit more health. So this Parasect Clamperl combo is really, really potent because you can just spam Surf while Parasect redirects with Rage Powder, and there's no safety goggles in this game, so Rage Powder is much more oppressive. Unless you're a Grass type, you cannot ignore Rage Powder. So that was a pretty good demonstration of the Clamperl Parasect combo. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that battle, and let's move on to the last battle. My final opponent has a Sun-based team. As you can see, they have Charizard and Torkoal and a Victory Bell as well for their Sun Core. And then they have Cresselia, which probably carries Moonlight to take advantage of the Sun, Hitmontop, and Gastrodon. So this team's looking pretty scary for me because Gastrodon kinda is one of the few Pokemon that can wall out Clamperl and live and attack at +2. Cresselia being another Pokemon, as you saw in the last battle, Cresselia ate up a +4 Surf from Clamperl, so this is looking pretty scary. Let's just get into this final battle. I did save the best battle for last to reward those people who are the real ones and they watch till the end of the video. You deserve to see the best battles because I know usually with YouTube you want to show the best content first to keep interest, but I gotta reward the real ones who actually stay till the end. So my opponent's gonna switch out of Charizard turn 1 and bring in their Torkoal to set up the Sun, which is fair. Usually if you're against an opposing Weather Setter like Abomasnow, you want to keep your Weather Setter in the back to retain weather control. However, I assume the opponent would switch out either Victory Bell or Charizard into Torkoal. I wasn't sure which one was switching, and I bring in my Abomasnow on the Clamperl slot to set up the Hail after Torkoal comes in, which is really good for me, and now I'm able to connect a Blind Thunder into the Torkoal. I was obviously aiming for Charizard. We do a very big chunk to the Torkoal, as unfortunately my opponent decides to go for Sludge Bomb into Clamperl as opposed to a Grass type move, and Abomasnow is going to get one shot. So unfortunately, a Biden Snow's only showcasing in this video is getting one shot by a Sludge Bomb. But worry not, I do plan on bringing a Biden Snow to more videos in the future because I do really like using Abomasnow in the current metagame, so yeah, look forward to more Abomasnow action in my future videos. But now I'm going to send in my Clamperl once again because the hail is up, and my opponent's going to switch out of the Torkoal, and they're going to reveal the Pokemon I was fearing most, the Gastrodon. So in comes Gastrodon, and I'm going to protect my Palkia here because I don't want to die to a Sludge Bomb or like a Solar Beam or a Leaf Storm or whatever, and I'm going to go for a Fake Tears into the Torkoal slot because I figured that the Torkoal was switching out into their last, and if they didn't switch out, I wanted to lower its special defense so Blizzard could knock it out. But my opponent switches into Gastrodon, and we do lower its special defense, which means I'll be able to break it most likely with a Blizzard or two. But my opponent really has no reason to like let me do damage to Gastrodon because it's so good into my team. I do carry a Abomasnow, which does have, you know, a grass type move, and Parasect is a grass type. It doesn't carry any offensive grass type move, so Gastrodon is actually fairly good into my team, and my opponent's going to conserve the Gastrodon, bringing back out the Torkoal to set up the Sun. And now this is really bad because now Victory Bell will be able to outspeed an ordinary Jolteon, but not a Quick Feet Jolteon, and now we're going to actually go for Pin Missile. This was the tech I thought a lot of you would enjoy. Pin Missile, finding a use for Pin Missile on Jolteon and giving Clamperl multiple speed boosts, which it desperately needs. We actually need at least 4 speed boosts here to outpace the Victory Bell, as thankfully we do get 4 hits on the Pin Missile, and we actually do get a 5th as well, which we definitely didn't need, but we'll take any luck we can get with the Pin Missile Jolteon. Finding a use for Pin Missile on Jolteon, only on the WeedleTwineedle channel will you find text like this. And we actually hit a blind Blizzard once again because Clamperl is a god. We're going to crit the Victory Bell as well, just to put salt in the wound, and we're actually able to get past the Sun Core thanks to some pretty good luck, like Pin Missile hitting 5 times and hitting a blind Blizzard. I got really lucky there, but I don't know what, I deserve all that luck for finding a use for Pin Missile Jolteon. So now my opponent's going to send out the Gastrodon and the Charizard once again, and I still am pretty afraid of this Gastrodon because I can't touch it with Clamperl or Jolteon or Lucario really, which is my one Pokemon in the back, so I'm going to go for a Rain Dance here just to ensure my Thunder can connect versus this Charizard, and I want to get rid of the Solar Power because Solar Power will do way too much damage to my current team. Like Heat Wave, Solar Power Charizard will just destroy me, but thankfully Rain Dance is going to mitigate a lot of that damage, as I probably should not have protected with Clamperl this turn in hindsight, but I didn't think they'd go for Earth Power into the Gastrodon slot. But I guess my opponent has no reason to fear this Clamperl while they have a Gastrodon, so down goes my Jolteon, and now I have to bring out my last, which is Lucario, and my only move to hit this Gastrodon is Reversal, because I'm not, you know, a normie player and run close combat on Lucario like a smart person. No. I have to run the Reversal, and the only way I'm gonna get my Reversal is if I knock myself into 1 HP with the Surf, so I'm gonna get my Focus Sash activated by the Surf as Charizard's gonna get washed away. So, oh no! Charizard! Gonna go down. And I'm gonna go for Reversal into the Gastrodon. I'm really hoping this knocks it out, but Gastrodon lives at 1 HP. And they go for the Earth Power, and they're actually able to knock out Clamperl, the first opponent who's able to defeat the god that is Clamperl. I can't believe it. But thankfully Lucario is still alive, and they're going to avenge their Clamperl bestie, and Reversal is going to knock out the Gastrodon, and we're able to defeat the opponent thanks to the Pin Missile tech, and we won with a 1 HP Lucario. So that was a really intense battle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that Pin Missile Jolteon tech and the Clamperl squad. I'll be leaving the movesets in the description to all who are interested. But thank you so much for watching till the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video and haven't done so already, don't forget to like, comment. It really does help me out. But thank you so much for watching. I'll check you guys in my next video.